Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute TA for the day. Hope you're doing well. Thursday, week's almost over. The working week at least, but if you work all the time, if you work on weekends, then I guess not. Just keep on chugging, y'all. You got this. You're gonna make it. You're gonna be somewhere. You're gonna be somewhere. If you keep envisioning it, if you keep seeing it in your head, in your mind, and you keep pushing forward towards that goal, you will achieve it. I believe in you. Let's get in the charts. All right, so, okay, sorry about that. So, we are seeing, since yesterday, price action, where was it? Was it the 5th yesterday? Yeah, it was the 5th. And we made the video somewhere around here. We were back under the 200. We were under this 90K support. Well, it is support now. It was resistance then. We've broken over that resistance. We've since come down, tested it as resistance. We actually wicked down to the 200. Not we, but we saw Bitcoin's price action wick down to the 200 moving average here on the 90-minute chart, come back up, and that's where we are currently, is hanging out around 91,000 doll hairs. Anyway, so sorry, I had to look at something. I have an open trade right now. Don't worry about that. Anyway, yeah, so we're hanging out right around 90,000. We're over that 90,000 support now, which is a good sign. If we can maintain a position above this support, well, then there's a good chance of completing this diamond pattern here. It didn't go as sideways as far as I thought it might. Actually just started coming up, but the target's still the same right here around 96.5, maybe 97, maybe butting up to that 200 moving average, which is up here at 97,309 currently, but it'll move down slightly some more, so maybe just right around 97 there. But yeah, if 90,000 can hold up as support, see, it's been flipped here and it's been flipped here on the 6-hour chart as well. The daily, has it been flipped on the daily? No, not yet. But if today's candle closes at 7 o'clock tonight, over that 90,000 level, well then, hey, that's support on the daily, and that's a good sign that perhaps we'll be completing this wonky double bottom, this head and shoulders here on the RSI on the daily. But let's get back to the 90-minute chart. We are seeing the Stokes here in oversold territory, and we're seeing the RSI bouncing off the 50 to maintain its position in bullish territory. However, it is under its indicator line or signal line, and as long as it is under the signal line, both of them, then that's showing some bearish momentum. So there is a little bit of bearishness here. There's slightly more bullishness than bearishness, but why do I say that? Well, the confluence here on the lows going up and the confluence on the lows here going up, but then also here on the highs, there's no bearish divergences happening. And this 90K support is holding up well. It looks like we might push up more today. Let's look at the 22. The 22, however, is in overbought territory, but this RSI is showing the same strength here at the 50 to try and maintain bullish itself in bullish territory. The 5 is, well, it's under its 200, unlike all of these other ones, which are now over its 200, so we can be a little more bullish on these charts. The 5 is under and showing what kind of looks like a little wonky head and shoulders pattern. So possibly we could see a little more downside on the 5-minute chart over the next couple of hours or so, perhaps down to retest this 90K level as support once again. A little more hopium to the scenario. We bounce off the 21 and come right back to the 200 to test it out. We are seeing a bit of a bull flag here. If that bull flag did play out, well, we'd see a move up to 92.9, not bad. And if that head and shoulders played out, that wonky one right there, well, we would see a downward move to roughly 90,200. Just keep us over that 90,000 level. And then if we saw the bull flag break out from there, that would be there. Now, this is the 5-minute chart. So this is like, hey, what can happen in the next couple of hours? Because, like, hey, this bull flag started at 9:45 this morning. That was only 2 hours ago. So in the next couple of hours, if we see some more downside down to that 90,000 level, that's fine. I mean, that would still maintain that bull flag, and then we could see this bull flag come up over the next couple of hours to touch 92. If it comes up to 92, well, it's still putting in a lower high. It still would be putting in this lower high, and that would be forming this symmetrical triangle that I wanted to show y'all as well. We're gonna make it red. Why red? Well, because while symmetrical triangles are supposed to be a 50-50 pattern, they slightly tend to break out to the downside more so than the upside. And if it did, well, it plays out down to 74. A little under. We can get rid of this one, this measured move from the bear flag that we were looking at before. Did not play out. The diamond took hold and is pushed to the upside, kind of invalidating that move. But if the symmetrical triangle did play out to the upside, well then, hey, we're retesting our all-time highs up here at 109, well, 110. So, hey, let's hope it breaks out to the upside. I'd be a little surprised. We are under the 200 here. These, like I said, do tend to break down a little bit more than they do tend to break up. But we are over the 200 on the 90. We are over the 200 on the 22. We're over the 200 on the daily. I think there's a fair shot that this diamond plays out. By the end of the day, we might see some more downside like I just talked about over the next couple of hours. But as long as we stay over that 90,000 support, then that trip up to 96 is still on the table. And if that happens and we can break through the 200 here, then this trip up to our all-time highs once again is also on the table. What else could take us there? Well, this wonky double bottom. Well, double bottoms, if you take the move, what do you call it? The height of the inner move of the double bottom, and you move it to the shoulder, that'll give you where that would take us. That would be about 104. Even a little less, but there's our targets. 104 would be right here. This, we have a resistance there. So, yeah, let's watch. We're going to have a little trouble probably around 100 as well. I'm going to switch this to 100. It's just super close there. And yeah, we'll be watching you, Bitcoin. I mean, the Stokes here are still in bullish territory on the 6-hour chart. The RSI is in bullish territory. They're both over their signal lines. So if we can see this turnaround from the Stokes on the 90, and we can see this RSI bounce and get back over its signal line, then there's a great chance that we're going upwards. So I'm feeling a little more bullish overall for the next day or two. And then we'll see what happens when we stall out around 97 at this 200 moving average on the 6-hour chart. But remember, in the next couple of hours, we could see some touches of that 90-minute. But then we'll see some upwards movements from there. Hopefully breaking over 94, which we've had a little trouble with here on this double bottom. But if we can break over that 94, then 97 is our next target above that. If we can break over that, then 104 is our next target over that. We might just go right through 100, but probably not with how much resistance it's given us over here since the beginning of February. Like all of February was just basically bouncing off of the 100. All right, Bitcoin. We'll be watching you. I also just wanted to point out, look how well Chainlink is doing compared to all of these other alts. It's come up very well. Cardano's still holding up very well. It did very well. Chainlink's doing very well. Sol, not so much. Avalanche, very much not so much. Dogecoin, it's holding up okay. Ethereum, holding up okay as well, but more like a Sol move. These two are not holding up quite as well. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Music provided by Luminist, Veloa, and Sax Squatch. You guys are awesome. Much love. See you later.